All right, changing this brake pads on this 2008 Pontiac G6 2.4 liter. Don't really matter what car it is. If you got disc brakes, it's gonna be all about the same. But this is my sister's car. I'm normally working on my car. So you got this bolt here. We done took the tire off, so it's the brake caliper. Look all rusted out and whatnot. But so 15 millimeter bolt, which is kind of loose. So we're gonna try see if a 9/16 works better, or maybe a 14 millimeter fit. Yeah, 14 is tighter. So 14 millimeter. I think mine's a 15 millimeter. And it's on there, so maybe I'm turning it the wrong way. Or maybe not. It's on there though. Might be turned the wrong way. This is rough. Yep, going the wrong way. So you got these two bolts to hold the caliper on. And they're long bolts. That bolt wasn't that long. Man, this looks like a job for a breaker bar. Trusty breaker bar. And if you don't have your wheel turned out, this breaker bar ain't gonna fit in there. It's broke. And I'm using 3/8 drives for everything. Now, some cars have brake disc in the front and drums in the back. I don't like really doing drums, but I've done them before. But these disc brakes are real easy to do, and you shouldn't be paying nobody to do them. These are very short bolts. On my car, they're long. So get these two bolts out, and take the bottom one out first, because I had to put the top one back in. And once you get that out, then the caliper comes off. So you're gonna have to wiggle it off, because the brakes are clamped down on there. So you bungee cord. Bungee cord. I need bungee cord.
Oh, right here.
So you want the fluid. You don't want this dangling, tearing your brake line. Short one. Oh, these are garbage. This ain't gonna do good. Well, normally you get a bungee cord. Get you a good bungee cord, not these plastic ones. So that ain't gonna hold. So you want the metal ones, because the metal ones you can hook in. I don't really have nowhere to hook these. So if you're doing more work than just changing brake pads, like you gotta change the rotor, you gotta take all the stuff off there. You're gonna want to hang this. You're gonna hang this caliper up on the shocks. So the caliper's off. Brake pads are right here. They slide right off. And these are old. And they've been on here for a minute. But they don't look like they're in bad shape. Still got a good bit of life left on it. But for whatever reason, they're stuck on here. So maybe whoever did the work didn't they didn't grease them or something. So screwdriver there. Open it. Flathead. Nope. Try that other box. Bring me that other box. Alright, so it's gonna come off, pry it off. There. So you got the brake pads off. Both brake pads. Need new brake pads. And the grease.
Some from the front and some from the back.
I'll do same size. Now you know what's what. Hold from the back. This is metal. Yeah. Okay, so got your you got a C clamp. You don't got a brake tool, C clamp will work. You gotta push this caliper back in. So let's see if we can get a shot of this caliper. So this caliper is extended out. So you have a brake pad on this side and a brake pad on that side. And then it clamps down on the rotor right in the middle. So this is extended out. So when you put those new brake pads in that are thicker than the old brake pads, they're that much thicker. So this has got half life left on it. When you put them new brake pads in, it's not gonna fit. So you gotta open this back up. And that's what you can use this C clamp for. So what you do is You take the old brake pad, sit it in there. Open up your C-clamp. And then you just can press it down. Just open it all the way up. Alright, that should be good. And you open it back up, drop that off. Now you look at that caliper. It's pushed in. And I'm hoping I push it in enough. But we gonna find out. So sometimes you get brake pads that come with new hardware. I ain't never got no hardware when I bought mine, but you don't really need it. It only came with 2 anyway, so you don't need this foolishness. Take your dog out. So what we're gonna do, take this brake grease, put it on your finger. Some people call it a finger. I call it a finger. Rub it on there. Make sure you don't get it on the contact side. And then I'm gonna just put some in this hardware area too, since you didn't want to come out of there. And just put it on this area. You're gonna slide it in. One side in. Then you're gonna get the other side. Don't want to go on flush. For whatever reason, it ain't going on flush. What? You ain't supposed to be falling off. There we go. Okay, now, after you have done that, here comes the hard part. You just put the caliper back on. That's it. You just put the caliper back on. Look at how it just seats right on there. Slap your 2 bolts back in. What are you doing? Reverse your ratchet. Brake pads are changed. Job. That's on one side. So your brake pads are changed. And as long as you keep your brake pads changed, you don't have to change your rotors, which will save you some money. But it don't cost that much. You can take these rotors off, get them turned if they ain't too far gone, for probably $15–20. But then you gotta have somebody take you to the parts store or wherever they get them done, where they turn them. But to do the rotors, you have to take this caliper off, which will look like it's still working, but it looked like it's been through a lot. Its life look like it's over with. Look like an old wrinkled man. And so you take the caliper off, and then this bracket that's sitting here that the caliper sits on, you'd have to take that off, which I believe is another 2 bolts. And you're definitely gonna need a breaker bar to get those off. And then you take that off, caliper slides right off. I think I got a, no, I didn't post a video of me changing calipers, but yeah, it's easy as long as you got the right tools. But that's the brake change. So we're gonna bleed the brakes and all of that, but I ain't gonna record that. So yeah, I'll hope this helps somebody out. Deuces.